Ooh. There you go. Good?
Yeah, it looks cool. We have a snow cat with attitude.
Yes.
I hate to be the one to tell you, but you have a giant letdown in store for you. I know, it's misleading. It's like a mirage of kind, caring people. You see, let me explain this to you. It's not that Jehovah's Witnesses object to kindness in theory. It's not that they have aversion to kindness in any way. It's just that it takes a back seat to the organization, especially the closer we keep getting to the end. Kingdom needs will always come before a person's feelings or even a person's injury. Those who fall beneath the wheels of Jah's celestial chariot are not mourned by their families or even remembered. There's no time for that, or any sense in it. The kingdom purpose keeps marching forward, and it waits for no man.
Not even this man? He has a beautiful horse. Oh, I'd like to be that little boy. He has a pet kitten.
Humanism is a non-interest. It distracts from Jehovah's kingdom. Human feeling, concern for the needs of others, preserving their dignity and rights, sheltering the feelings of those around you, putting their well-being ahead of yours. These axioms hold little to no meaning for the soon-to-be eternally living JW. Jehovah's people are fully inoculated from such errant thoughts by Watchtower magazine. They seldom have to face the frailty of the human condition or the temporary status of all living things. Life! Being alive! Do you ever think about how weird being alive is? All of us are skeletons. Stacks of bone. And wrapped around the skeletons is a goop. It's like lasagna meat. And that lasagna meat is what makes us alive. Our state of life, our existence, contingents upon the lasagna meat not being punctured or infected, lest it grow cold and drop away from our skeletons. And all that we are ceases to be. Our remembrances, our thoughts and dreams, even our awareness that we even were, dissolves away like wet tissue paper. Anyway, one night, I woke up around 1 a.m. and the TV was left running, and it was a PBS nature program, and I saw a fish. A fat little fish with human-looking lips and eyes on the side of his head. And he was sitting in his little cubbyhole on the seafloor, And he was existing. Just existing. Maybe a shark will come along eventually and eat him. Maybe a sudden temperature drop will snuff out his life force. But for now, he exists and seeks to do the necessary things he needs to continue existing. Ingestion of food, air. Not because he has any choice, only because he came into existence. With tiny little arms that wiggle and a fat little face. And the need to have food to nourish his stupid little body. The rat race. Competitors vying with each other. BattleBots! Friends, even the closest of loved ones or family are at some level adversarial against each other, in that they can't help but subconsciously view themselves as the prime and the other person as the outside entity. Not on purpose, it just happens. The last slice of pizza. The first place in line to the bathroom. All of us in the clutter of the ordinary day fall into this mode of thinking. Honking our horns at people in drive-thrus. Being short with people, or even just unaccommodating. Letting slip our minds that everyone is someone destined for death. And that really we should all be rooting for each other. Every moment. Instead, we are susceptible to the human foible of seeing each other wrongly. We see each other incorrectly. 99% of the time. We see other people like buildings. We see them as these big buildings instead of bugs. Bugs that may have their limbs snapped off at any moment. If we did see a human being that had their arms and legs ripped off, we would naturally render them aid. Give them anything they ask for. But we have to wait until they're hurt or dying. It's just the way it is. We can't throw around too many niceties. People get used to them. We can't have that. There's not enough to go around. Think about the act of being kind. Being a kind person. Not just because it's the right thing to do, but also it just being the logical way to treat the ones around us. And friends, I wish I could tell you that I live by this credo, but typically, at the end of the day, I look back at my actions in failure, astonished that I couldn't do something as simple as being kind to people. It's something that's not been afforded to me in life. It's not part of Jehovah's Witness culture. JWs have little worth for kindness. For Jehovah's people, showing kindness is viewed as a weakness. They see it as an opening. I wish it was different, friends. I really do. I really wish I was a kinder person in a kinder place. I truly, honestly, I wish all of us lived in a world of flowers and gardens. Feelings of desperation, feelings of panicking, feeling hope is lost, realizing it's all out of control. I no longer believe that life can be controlled, whatever life is. And I don't mean controlled by providence or fate or the will of God. I mean the idea that whatever is happening to all of us can be harnessed. We start off believing that we have a measure of control over what's going to happen next, or at least in our little corner of the woods. A confidence that we will have some success in steering and directing time as it unfolds. We all believe this. No one is immune. And as days and years pass and we come to learn otherwise through the experience of life's defeating nature, and we come to weigh all that did not come to pass and all that unfortunately did, and we wonder if the domino line of existence can be controlled. Maybe we believe a little less each day, and a little less each day. And one day, we come to the point where we don't believe at all. Maybe I got here too soon. Maybe it's something resigned for the throes of death. The last twinge of a dying mind as it blurs and dilates for the final time. Don't worry! It'll happen to you too. The steamroller gets all of us. Control is illusory. There is no control. Only cause and reaction. Blender of random objects bouncing to and fro. And the sub-awareness of our partially evolved human brain and its attempts to find order in chaos. Ascribing meaning to events that have none. It's not that they have aversion to kindness in any way. It's just that it takes a back seat to the organization, especially the closer we keep getting to the end. Kingdom needs will always
Ooh. There you go. Good?
Yeah, it looks cool. We have a snowcat with attitude.
Yes.
I hate to be the one to tell you, but you have a giant letdown in store for you. I know, it's misleading. It's like a mirage of kind, caring people. You see, let me explain this to you. It's not that Jehovah's Witnesses object to kindness in theory.